I think this is what England needs. The fans, the media, I think they are our spoiled. And they need somebody that can actually have that cohesion and authority that this is my team and I have to take charge of that team. Now, before we talk about the squad, let's talk about Thomas Tuchel and his chances with England. They were Euro finalists back to back, and they lost both. 2018, 2020, they lost both. And now with Thomas Tuchel in charge, they are going to the World Cup. Last dance for Harry Kane, last dance for Jordan Henderson. I was even surprised that he was included. But hey, they need that blend of experience and young guys into the fold. Now let's look at the chances. A World Cup and a Ballon d'Or at stake for Harry Kane.
Firstly, about Harry Kane, I don't think it's his last dance. We might be seeing him in another World Cup after this because at the rate that he's playing, Ronaldo is 41. He's going to play at the World Cup. Messi is about 39, and he's still going to play at the World Cup. There are a lot of players that are over 35 years old and they are going to the World Cup.
But for England, looking at how England have disposed old players.
But then Harry Kane is a special breed. He's not one of those other players. He's a special, so you have to give him that special treatment. And at the rate with which he's playing now, you never can tell. He might just go on and appear in another World Cup before the end of his career. Talking about Thomas Tuchel, he's the one in charge. He has been in charge. He has been allowed to run the reins of the team. The English Football Association has allowed him authority over the team. They're not trying to impose players on him. They are not trying to interfere in his technical decisions and all of those things. But then it is one thing to be able to take bold decisions, and then it is another thing to be able to defend them. We never can tell if he would successfully defend his decisions until the World Cup gets started, until he gets underway in the United States of America. So I'm in support of Thomas Tuchel if he feels like the 26 players that he has listed are the people he needs to excel in the World Cup. But the problem comes about if you fail to meet up expectations. I'm pretty sure that there must have been a target set for him at the World Cup because they are back-to-back European finalists, and the last World Cup I think they were ousted in the quarterfinals also. So you cannot be going to the World Cup and be doing less than the quarterfinal they did,
or not coming out of the group stage
less than the quarterfinal they did 4 years ago. And I'm banking on England to do at least the quarterfinal. It's not as if they are the best national team around, but because of the kind of mentality they have, they go for everything at every point in time. So I see them going at least to the quarterfinals. So the question now is, how well will he be able to do from the quarterfinals? How well will he be able to manage this crop of players? I believe that he has chosen players that I feel like can adapt to a system of football.
And he mentioned something during his press conference while announcing this goal. He said, we have decided to go with the players that were with us for the qualifiers because it means that he has transmitted his system.
And if you look at it logically, you would agree with me that Phil Foden wasn't himself in the just ended season. Cole Palmer as well was far from his belt.
Cole Palmer wasn't it.
You can make an argument for Harry Maguire that they needed that kind of presence in their defense.
And he's also a goal threat. He gives them another option.
You understand, and there is this area threat that comes with Harry Maguire in your side again. And then leaving out Jarrod Bowen, who had an excellent season with West Ham United. But then, if you are looking at it from either side, you will want to see how West Ham perform generally as a team. So Thomas Tuchel probably felt like he had better players in that position. Noni Madueke won the Premier League with Arsenal. He got to the Champions League final. Saka as well, and he feels like this player in the right frame of mind to help England in the World Cup ahead of somebody that battled relegation. So I'm not looking at it individually, and I'm looking at it as a synergy, what they can contribute individually to make up a team. So if he's saying Noni Madueke is his preference over Jarrod Bowen, then you don't have to argue with him. The argument can only come about if he doesn't perform to expectations in the World Cup. So for now, we should give him the benefit of that. Let's see how they play in the World Cup.
And to be very rational and logical, Noni Madueke is coming into that Arsenal team in the closing minutes of the game against PSG. He was much more better than Saka that had almost
if you ask me,
and I think that performance alone justifies his inclusion.
If you ask me, Noni Madueke is a more dangerous winger than Bukayo Saka, but then you cannot take anything away from Bukayo because over the years,
somebody said Bukayo Saka will function well as the left.
I don't know what has happened to Saka over the last couple of years. He has
I think
regressed.
it was that long-term injury.
He has kind of regressed. He is no more. He does no more take on players and all of those things. He's no more dangerous on the byline. So Noni Madueke runs at you. He wants to run at you and cause chaos in the 18-yard area. But then Saka plays it safe, he plays it cautiously and all of this. But I feel like Noni Madueke will be a very good option off the bench for Thomas Tuchel. So I kind of understand his decision behind picking Noni Madueke ahead of somebody like Jarrod Bowen and Phil Foden. And you cannot say he picked Noni Madueke ahead of Phil, because Phil Foden is not naturally a winger. He plays through the middle, and he has somebody like Jude Bellingham and the informed
so much position for Phil
the informed Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers is about one of the best English midfielders around. So you cannot drop Morgan Rogers for somebody like Phil Foden, because he has been around for a while. So I feel like his decisions are justifiable, and we just need to give him the benefit of that going to the World Cup.
Okay, let's look at that squad. Harry Kane leading the line. We have Marcus Rashford. Harry Kane coming from a very good season with Bayern Munich, where they reached the semi-finals of the years, and they lost narrowly to PSG. We have Marcus Rashford, one of the best players for Barca last season.
Rashford as a key player for England.
He's not going to be a starter, of course.
I don't see him as a key player for England.
You don't see him as a key player. Well, he's a very big addition to that team. Rashford on his days is unplayable. Both of us know that.
But then I don't want to agree with you that he's a key player for that.
All right. Away from that, let's look at what they have in midfield. Adam Wharton misses out Crystal Palace, and we have
Anderson.
Yes, Anderson coming in, even though it has drawn so much, talks and criticism. Of course, there's Morgan Rogers.
The fans across the world should look out for that.
Of course, there's Jude Bellingham. There's Declan Rice. Even though I was looking at it yesterday, or the first day when Arsenal lost the UCL. I'm like, will this affect them going into the World Cup? But then I remember that these guys are professional. They have managed, and you said something back about 3 to 4 episodes. You said if Arsenal wins only the EPL or they don't win anything, their season is still a success, not a failure. So Jordan Pickford, one of their great players, is still going to be the first choice goalkeeper. And then there's the Spence from Tottenham, who many believe who many believe that should not have been included, but then it is all good. And then there's this talk.
Are you not looking at it from the perspective that Thomas Tuchel is going for a pragmatic approach?
Exactly, and a very disciplined setup.
He knows that an Alexander Arnold would have contributed a whole lot to the attacking side of the game, but then he needed somebody that would stay
defensively and see which James can do.
They are not going to play on the front foot. They are going to soak.
More like a balance.
It's a more balanced side with the kind of players that.
And with Reece James. Reece James can give the assist that Alexander Arnold does.
If he manages to stay fit,
yes.
He's one of the best.
Yes. Absolutely. All right. For England, I think is more or less like a target, like you said. This is what the English FA are saying. Okay, we want you to reach the semi-finals.
Right of Bukayo Saka.
Of course. Yeah.
When you have him defending and then trying to hit the opponent in the counter, it tends to thrive in that kind of situation.
So whatever the target may be for England, for me, Thomas Tuchel has proven himself over so many times that he's one of the best coaches that we have in the world.
With Chelsea,
with Chelsea, with Bayern Munich, and now with England. And let's hope that national team duties, national team duties is not the same as club duties. So let's hope that he can better the season. The time where they finished in the quarterfinal, I think 2014 they finished in quarterfinals. Let's hope that he can better that record this time. That was when Gareth Southgate was there, and it was one that led them to the back-to-back finals in the Euros. So hopefully he's not a Nazi agent to English fans and he gets them far in the World Cup.